It was only last night. High post, downhill, absorb contact, bucket, and it would end up being a UCLA win. Thanks to the guy next to me, the would-be game winner, Eric Dailey of UCLA basketball, joining me on the Bruin Insider Show. I'm Brian Fenley. Eric, thanks so much for being here.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
The social media reception that you've gotten since last night, obviously you're very active on Instagram. What are people saying about what you did last night?
People just love the bucket for the most part. They just love the win, and for it to be such a meaningful game for us, and playing the ranked team and the number one team in our conference right now, it just means a lot to our fans, and I'm just glad I could help bring that win back to Westwood. So
You said the word meaningful, and in so many ways, that depicts your role on this team. When you hear that word and how it describes you as far as what you do for this program overall, where do you go with that?
I just think it's just my my level to just get the job done. I think really that's it. I just want to be the best I can be for my team, and I know my coaches trust me to do certain things, and I have a job here, and if I don't do my job, then you know it just doesn't work in our favor most of the times. I think just as a player, you come here to do what you're told by your coach, and I think he wants me to play hard, play with high energy, get the guys going as well, and I think just making big plays is a part of that too as well. So I think just as a player, just having that mindset is just going out there and win and do whatever to win the games. And that's just always been my mindset.
The amount of time you're in the gym, obviously, it sounds like it's a job for you. Coach keeps raving about the amount of time you're in there, more than a lot of the other guys, more than probably everybody else on the team. Why do you take that approach?
I think people talk about my gym time a lot, and everybody talk about how hard I work, but I think I'm just a kid that loves basketball. At the end of the day, I just love the game. Always been around the game, and it don't feel right if I'm not, in the gym or seeing something that involves basketball every day. Uh, I just put in a lot of time on the things I know I need to work on, and it's starting to show results in the games, and just over the course of the season, just improvements I made since my freshman year, and I just want to just keep going. And I think the best way to do that is just staying in the gym.
You're certainly doing that. You also, as you said, you've been a motivating presence for a lot of the other guys as a junior yourself. And Eric Dailey joins us on the Bruin Insider Show, UCLA basketball player. I'm Brian Fenley. What can a coach say? What can a player say that best motivates you? What are the words you like to hear? What are the actions you like to see that'll get you playing your best, whether it's an effort on the floor, practice wise, game wise, or whatnot?
I think just I think the energy level. I'm a big energy guy. I can feel energies. I can feel when guys need more help. If they're going down, pick them up. Even when I'm down, my teammates pick me up. So I think energy is one of the things that you know that motivates. Really, honestly, you see guys in the gym. They're working and they're working for the team. So I think if you have the bigger picture of you doing what's best for the team, you'll do what's best for you because that will help the team.
That mentality, that dynamic you're describing, how much of that did you learn from your father, who played professional all across the world?
Yeah, I learned from both my mom and dad. My dad, uh, he got injured twice. Played after two ACLs, and he continued to play 6 years, and that was just a testament to his work as well. And my mom coached at a high level, and she knows what she wanted to see in her players, and she gave those that advice to me as well. So I think just having those two different sides of the game. My dad put a lot of work into me as a kid, just to get me to this level and just have this mindset. I didn't always have the mindset of, you know, I was a kid, of course. I wanted to just sit around, play video games, and eat cereal on on the morning. So I think just as time goes, you see the work starting to show, and that's really motivation is when you starting to see progress. So I think just you wanted to continue to get better as a player and as a person, you just got to keep working on it.
How often and in what place do you find that you hear your dad's words while you're on the court? What he has told you growing up. Sure, you're hearing what Mick Cronin and the coaches are saying and what you need to do out there, but there's probably that other voice of your dad. And when does that come out the most when you're playing?
All the time. I mean, I can hear him even when he's at home in Florida watching TV. So I just think just he instilled a lot of toughness in me as a kid, and that's one of the things Coach loves is toughness and attitude. And my dad always said a great attitude would take you a long ways. And that's one of the things that stuck with me. Either when I'm making shots or when I'm not making shots, or when we're winning or losing, just having a good, positive attitude all the time. It's been taking me a far ways, and just having that work ethic as well.
That work ethic and that attitude, you guys showed that even through some of the learning moments early in the calendar year of 2025 when you guys were struggling, but you found yourself. 6 games you've won in a row now. And on top of keeping a good attitude, you guys always seem to keep the faith. You knew the talent was there, and the results would ultimately show at some point very soon. To be able to take that mentality, even when people are saying certain things, but to stay in your own nucleus with this team and know what you guys can do, what did that take to get through that hurdle?
Just blocking out noise, honestly. People are gonna say things when you lose. That's just part of basketball. People are gonna have their opinions about, what we should do as a team. And honestly, we really don't care what people say about us. We have the great coaching staff. We have great players that are bought into what we do. And as long as we stayed connected, we knew we was gonna get through our rough patch. And honestly, every team's gonna go through a rough patch. Every season. So it's just who can get out of it fastest and who can stay connected during it. So
Feel like we're getting connected in this conversation. Eric Dailey joins us on the Bruin Insider Show. I'm Brian Fenley. Eric hitting the would-be game winner last night for UCLA as they took out number 9 Michigan State 63-61 in front of a rowdy crowd. I saw on Instagram that one of your stories that you reposted was of the UCLA Den. When you're out there, obviously your focus is on the game, but how much can you hear what they're saying?
I hear bits and pieces sometimes. I know we got a great student section that talks a lot, and I love them for it. Honestly, I hear them when I'm on the free throw line. They be like, Eric, they can't stop you guys. Like, keep going, and that really gets us going. Just having fun with the crowd. I do it a lot. I know I talk to the crowd a lot. I just want to make sure they know that we see them and that they're here and that they're part of it because they're a big part of what we do.
And obviously, you're a big part of what UCLA does. They do a lot of talking. You've done a lot of talking in the form of a podcast when you were at Oklahoma State. If I'm listening to one of those episodes, if Bruin fans want to listen to one of those episodes, what are they going to hear from you?
Oh, just probably just my personality. Honestly, I feel like I'm a good guy to talk to. We had a lot of fun on those podcasts. You can just probably just see the fun side of me. I think on the court I'm really serious and I look aggressive all the time, but I'm really just a chill guy. I like to have fun and talk crap and mess around. And the podcast was just a way to express ourselves as athletes and just not just be the athletes in the field, but be people. So I think that was a good way just to express our personalities.
You got to express the personalities of those at Oklahoma State on the podcast that were part of the equestrian team. What was that like?
It was fun. I remember we had a segment where we went into their barn and we talked about everything they had going on and how they get into their sport, and we actually got to ride some horses as well. So it was pretty fun time. I mean, Oklahoma State, it was pretty fun. We had a lot of athletes there that had great stories, and we just wanted them to have a space for them to share it. So
When you're riding a horse, what is that like? Set the tone for what that looks like.
yeah, I mean, I'm pretty big, so I was pretty big on the horse. But I'm up from Florida, and I grew up in Ocala, which is horse country as well. So that's where my grandparents lived. So they had horses. So when I was young, I was able to get on top and walk with the horses and stuff. So it was nothing new to me, but it was fun. Just I felt like a kid again almost, and that was something I never thought I'd be doing again. Honestly,
Who knows? I mean, you might at some point do it.
never know.
You never know. Two more for you, Eric. One of them being, obviously, you've come to UCLA, and I feel like you would be the first to mention this, that the program, but the school in itself has led to such incredible maturation process for you. How would you speak to being here at UCLA and what that has done maturity wise for you overall?
When once you step on campus, you feel the greatness. Every sport here is great. This number one public school in the country, and it's in the best city, honestly, I could think of to put a school like this. And everybody here wins championships, which is great. and we want to be the next team to put one up. So I think just having those different sports around us that, it's almost like they're motivating us as well. Our teams, a lot of sports here are winning, and we want to, continue that tradition of winning. And everything about this school is just, top tier, and you gotta love it for that. I think a lot of people don't have the opportunity to come to schools like this, and you just gotta take full advantage of it.
The school is top tier. Your game is top tier. Last question for me. Mick Cronin always seems to throw in old movie quotes or stuff like that involved in practice. Give me a percentage. And I know it's probably, I mean, maybe it's below your field goal percentage because that continues to rise. But what percentage of these references from Mick Cronin do you actually remember, or you're like, yeah, I know what you're talking about?
Yeah, he be throwing it back to old movies, like way old. Like I remember one time in practice, he said, "What did Samuel Jackson's wallet say in Pulp Function or something?" I can't say it, but it said "bad MFer." So I was like, like those when you hear quotes like that in practice, like it kind of brings joy because practice will be hard, and he's always intense. Then he'll throw a joke in and then make you laugh and then lighten up the mood a little bit. And we gotta love Coach for his saying. So we love that.
We love his personality. We love your personality as well. Eric Dailey Jr., UCLA basketball star on the Bruin Insider Show. I'm Brian Fenley. Eric, thanks so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.